You ready for a little action? Who's laughing now?
What is going on, my fellow Remnant 2 gamers? Welcome back to the channel. It's D Werewolf Gaming, back with another Remnant 2 video. Alright, I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. Today, guys, I want to bring you a build showcasing the Nightfall long gun. This long gun is amazing, guys, and even though this gun has been nerfed quite a few times, it still stands on top. In my opinion, guys, it's definitely an S tier gun, you know, especially when you put it with certain builds. With that being said, I do want to give a big thank you to everyone that continues to support me on my channel, especially those who always have something positive to say, guys. Really appreciate that. And also those who always take time to give me a thumbs up as well, guys. Help push the content on YouTube. With that being said, though, and if you're new to the channel, you like the content, please feel free to hit that like, share, and subscribe as well. And turn on the notification bell so you can see whenever I do drop videos, Remnant 2 or any other type of particular game that I'm playing. All right, guys, this gun is amazing because I'm going to go ahead and list some of the reasons is that, you know, you go in this Dreadwalker realm, basically, and while you're in that Dreadwalker realm, you will be harder to hit, and you will get infinite ammo. On top of that, guys, 10% increase in life steal. So here's a little demonstration of the range of a little bit of the damage you can do with this weapon, guys. Don't get me wrong, it isn't like one of the most powerful long guns in the game, but the things that it can do is what makes it really stand out. As you can see, I'm getting the weak spot hits right up there at 1,535, and I'm maintaining the DPS of 6,000, right at close to 7,000 DPS, guys, in my opinion. So with that being said, let's go over this build. I did use the hug setup, and that is using the Hunter and the Gunslinger. Prime perk on the Hunter is called Dead to Rights, basically dealing 55 base range of melee weak spot damage, extends the duration of any active Hunter skill. And guys, anytime you take a relic, it will extend it as well, but you will get diminishing returns. All right, and for the skill, I did choose the Hunter's Focus, but you could have used whichever skill you prefer, and grants 25% range and range weak spot damage. While Focus aiming at enemies will also apply a mark, those enemies that are marked will have a higher crit chance of 10%. All right, for the Bullet Storm, well, for the Gunslinger, I did have the Bullet Storm, guys. Basically, it unleashes the full power and speed of the Gunslinger. It increases fire rate by 20%. Reload speed by 50% of all ranged weapons is the primary reason why I'm using it. That increased fire rate is great, especially on using the Nightfall long gun. All right, your armor, as usual, wherever your armor you prefer. And I do like that medium dodge roll. So whichever armor you prefer. I did use the Tranquil Heart Relic. It passively grants 2 health regeneration per second, and it'll use doubles all health regeneration for 15 seconds. And guys, if you don't have the Tranquil Heart Relic, you know, there are always other relics that you can use that would work great, such as the Shielded Heart Relic, which gives you a shield for 100% of your max health, lasts for 20 seconds unless it is damaged, and even the Profane Heart Relic would have been great. It has an innate 3% life steal bonus, guys, so that's even more life steal. All right, so let's talk about the star of the show, the Nightfall long gun. And basically the main talent on it is called Dread Walker. You enter the Nightmare realm. Nightfall gains infinite ammo, 25% fire rate increase, and 10% life steal. But guys, keep in mind, whenever this is active, you will not be able to use any other skills, anything. But one benefit is you will be harder to hit. All right, and I did pair this with a momentum mutator. Guys, when this weapon scores a critical hit, it increases critical chance and critical damage by 2% for 3 seconds. Stacks up to 10 times, so basically get up to 20% increase in critical chance and critical hit damage. At level 10, critical hits from this weapon also add 2 stacks, which increases the duration of the bonus you're getting from that mutator. So that's just great. All right, your melee weapon did not matter. I did have the stretcher blade equipped with the shocker mutator, guys. That way I can keep those ads at bay when they get too close. And the nebula. This gun right here, guys, basically I enjoy using it for bosses still. You unleash those nanomachines, attack those the enemies and the ads, guys, constant damage. Catalog's jewel to automatically generate 10 mod power per second. And the leaking gemstone. You definitely need this in this build. It allows 20% of the mod power generation to continue during the active mod. That way you can basically almost keep the mod up pretty decent. All right, Zayn's Malice, guys, dealing weak spot damage, increases weak spot damage by 5%. Stacks for 5 seconds, stacks up to 4 times, guys, so you get a 20% increase in weak spot damage. And probability cord increases critical damage by 20%. And with this particular setup, guys, all right, so the Zero Divide Amulet, you gain infinite ammo and increase range damage. Now, keep in mind, guys, I know that the Nightfall gives you infinite ammo, but I like that increasing that 15% in all damage as well. Now, this amulet would have worked great as well, the magnifying glass, because it increased skill and mod duration by 30% and AoE size by 20%. Using this right here, guys, you will almost be able to keep the Nightfall up infinitely. And here's a little demonstration right here, the range. But I wanted more range damage on my build, so I went with Zero Divide Amulet. And as you can see, the damage is pretty decent as well using this. And whenever the mod ends, you will see that I will have the Nightfall long gun ready to go again. All right, so other amulets that would have worked great, guys, is the Full Moon Circlet. This basically gains 3% base range damage dealt as life steal, and at full health you get increasing range damage by 25%. So that's even more life steal, guys, 3% more to go on the 10% that you're getting from the Nightfall, as long as you're at full health. And the Necklace of Supremacy would have been great as well, because after 5 seconds of not being damaged, it increases all damage dealt by 15%. And if you're at full health, that bonus is increased to 30%. All right, so the long shot comes automatically on the Hunter, increases ideal weapon range by 6 meters. Ammo reserve comes automatically on the Gunslinger, increases ammo reserve. I did have 10 points in triage to increase the healing you get by 50%. So works pretty great with the Tranquil Heart Relic. I did have 10 points in Fortify to increase armor effectiveness by 50%. 10 points in Gifted to increase skill duration by 30%. I did have 3 points in Swiftness so I can move pretty quickly. 10 points in Vigor to increase max health. They had 10 points in Spirit to increase mod power generation by 20%. 10 points in Expertise to reduce skill cooldown by 20%. They have 10 points in Chakra, guys, to increase mod duration by 30%. 10 points in Insight. This automatically generates 10 mod power per second. They have right at 5 points in Bark Skin to reduce all incoming damage by 5%, and 2 points in Endurance, which comes automatically with this particular classes. All right, Mudtooth's Tonic was the tonic that I did use, guys, and Egg Drink was given to me from the Mudtooth Snake Oil. And I do want to mention that I did have the Day in Fruit equipped as well. Upon death, the hero will be revived with 50% of health, and that is depending on how long you let that fruit mature. All right, for the fragment, guys, I did have critical damage, weak spot damage, and range damage. With mod power generation with meta, which basically gives you weak spot damage, critical damage, gunfire, which gives you fire rate and reload speed, munitions, which gives you range, crit chance, and ammo reserve, and sniper, which gives you range damage, and weapon ideal range, and legendary perk was sharpshooter, which increases range damage by 60%. Now, if you did want to get your mod back even faster, you could have went with mod power generation, or you could even went with to increase the mod duration as well. So those were 2 other options. I just went with the range, guys, because I felt I was getting my mods back pretty quickly. All right, guys, thank you for your valuable time today. As always, guys, really appreciate each and every one of you. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. D-Werewolf out.